Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six. $7 million is the apparent rumor that Boogie Fland could be getting from Florida. And when this dropped, any reporter, any credible reporter, any credible college basketball person with internet and a keyboard basically denied this, said this report was asinine, said it was completely wrong, said it's completely false. It is a very, very large dollar amount. I don't know if I have seen a rumor number that big, um, yeah, in kind of the NIL era, but there was a rumor that $7 million was out there for Boogie Fland if he comes out of the draft and to come play for Florida next season. I too am of the camp where there's just absolutely no way. Like then $7 million for one player. I don't think it's going to happen this year. It might happen in the future. You never really know with college basketball, but um, I don't think that the $7 million rumor is true whatsoever. But it does bring up a point of that. I think you and I talked about a lot on this channel. Boogie Fland needs to come back to college. There's so much bread out there for him, man. There is so much bread out there for him. But let's play the quick game of, is this rumor true? How would you feel about it? So like Dion, let's say that Florida was like, I got 7 million for Boogie Fland, and Boogie Fland does come back to Florida. What are your thoughts if that situation does occur?
So I obviously don't think this is true. If it were, it doesn't bother me. I've been pro like they're not making enough. Like the whole like Yaxel don't go in the 20s or 30s to come make 4 million, which is exactly what you would make in the NBA at those spots. That doesn't move me. Like that's not a good enough argument. Like Yaxel, if I was Michigan, let's offer Yaxel 7 and he doesn't have a choice to make. But we're offering him essentially like what he could make. Honestly, Yaxel kills it at the combine. Michigan's number is below what Yaxel's going to make in the NBA, right? Like, so I'm pro, like, these kids deserve more money to really incentivize them not to go pro. Because I do think we saw a lot of players stay, but how many of the players that like stayed are guys we were actually surprised stayed? Like, I feel like everyone that stayed should have stayed, and we didn't get anybody um that like could have went to the draft sticking around. And that's the next evolution of NIL, in my opinion, is stealing some of the players that would go to the NBA, like a Yegor and a Will Riley, who kind of like had lackluster years, I guess you could say, and their draft value slipped. Those guys should be, you offer those guys like $9, $10 million, bring them back. You know what I mean? Like I think that's the next evolution of this. So I have no issue with it. Someone's got to be the first one to do it. If New York point God Boogie Fland is the first one to pull it off, like I'm all for that. It's great for my agenda.
That'd be a massive win for you if Boogie Fland came back. Yeah, I mean, that'd be your biggest win to date.
This video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. We have a special offer for you. Promo code SLEEPERS. If you're a first-time depositor, they will give you a bonus up to $1,000 that matches 50% of your first deposit, plus a free pick. And tonight's free pick is focused on none other than Steph Curry. Card, I got a question for you. How many points does Steph Curry average?
I'm gonna go ahead and say 29.
I don't have it in front of me, but that sounds about right. Certainly more than zero, I assume.
Of course.
Well, tonight's free pick, Steph Curry to score 1 point, higher than zero point 0.5 points. It's as much of a guarantee as you can possibly get. Underdog Fantasy, deposit as a first time user, put in promo code SLEEPERS. Make sure you get that deposit match bonus up to $1,000 and the Steph Curry free pick. Back to the video.
I will say this. There should be some team that is doing something of this variety. Maybe it's not 7 million, but like we've seen the number four thrown around, we've seen 3.5 million thrown around. That should be in Boogie Fland's ear. That y'all should be whispering that and honestly negative recruiting against the NBA because I'm not sure like where do you think Boogie Fland ends up getting drafted? Because I've seen him in a wide range here. Like maybe he needs a good combine to kind of solidify his status.
So what I think is interesting about Boogie Fland is there's another guy that I think hit the two of them are in the same range of like the 30s and 40s, Dominic Sarr. Um, I think both of them are probably competing against each other to be like a late first, early second round guy, and loser probably goes mid to late second. What I will say though is we've seen this trend of like it's more valuable to go late in the second round because you get 4 years guaranteed than if you go earlier in the second round and they give you a genuine second round contract. And I think that is why you have to pay so much for Boogie Fland to come back, when in reality, he probably should just come back. But the idea, like, he might get 4 years, $9 million from the NBA to be like the 50th some odd pick. You know what I mean? And I think if Boogie Fland knows he's going to get 4 years guaranteed in the league, I think you have to take that if you're him.
Yeah, definitely. And he's made it very clear he wants to play in the league. I feel like every single step he's kind of said that's what it is for him. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. The one thing about this is obviously there's so many inflated things about numbers in NIL era, right? Like it's very much, rumored numbers, adding zeros and things like that. Uh, but with that said, there should be hella folks out there offering Boogie Fland money to come back to college. And if it is 7 million, I think Florida should actually do it for what it's worth. Like I know it's a rumor, but go ahead and do it. Why not? Go get a Boogie Fland, Xavier Lee backcourt, run it back. You're the national champs. Like, don't you just make that move?
Where else is the money going to go at this point?
Right,
Like who else are you getting? You know what I mean? Like
yeah, they're out of the Des Claude sweepstakes. So like,
it's Boogie, Haggerty, RJ Lewis. If you know you can't get the other two, offer Boogie what it takes.
yeah, I'm with you. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that process and kind of what Boogie Fland does with the combine coming up, and then obviously the allure of being able to come back and play college basketball and get paid a big payday. But we'll see how that plays out. Best of luck to Boogie Fland. If you are Florida, go ahead and make that offer for real, and let's go do it and get it, boy. Stay hot, run it back.